여기에서 한 번쯤은 오셔야 되는 그런 공연이라고 생각해서 꼭 그런 생각이 드셨으면 좋겠습니다.
한 명의 멤버들 정말 사랑한다고 말하고 싶고, 우리 엔진 여러분 사랑합니다.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Asian Star Stories channel. What if I told you that Enhypen wasn't created by luck, but by pressure, fear, and survival? Behind the perfect visuals and global fame, there are secrets fans rarely talk about. This isn't just a K-pop story. This is about 7 boys who learned very early that losing wasn't an option. Enhypen was born from Island, a survival show where friendship and rivalry lived in the same room. They smiled on camera, but off-screen, every ranking felt like a silent judgment. Some members were teenagers, carrying the weight of global expectations before adulthood even began. One unique fact fans often overlook: Enhypen debuted with a vampire concept, but the irony runs deeper. They trained like immortals, sleeping less, pushing harder, hiding pain. Because in this industry, showing weakness can cost everything.
관객분들이랑 뛰어노기 너무 좋은 재밌는 공연을 항상 준비하거든요.
네.
그래서 이제 많은
Here's the part that hurts the most. What truly made Enhypen strong wasn't talent or visuals. It was shared fear. The fear of being replaced, forgotten, left behind. Their bond wasn't built in comfort, but in survival. And that's the secret no stage can hide. Enhypen didn't rise together because they wanted to, they did it because falling alone was never an option.
엔하이픈의 공연은 한 번쯤은 봐야 된다.
마지막으로 우리 멤버들한테
What fans see on stage is unity. What they don't see is the silence after the lights go off. Because fame doesn't erase fear, it sharpens it. After debut, the pressure didn't disappear. It multiplied. Every comeback became a test. Every chart felt like a verdict. They were praised for perfection, yet punished for the smallest flaw. Here's a fact most fans miss. Enhypen grew up while being watched. No room to fail. No time to breathe. Even emotions had to be edited before being shown. But the real conflict wasn't outside. It was internal. They realized something terrifying. The dream they fought to protect was also slowly consuming them. And the question wasn't, can we succeed? It was, how much of ourselves will we lose if we do? People think the hardest part is debuting. But for Enhypen, the real nightmare began after the applause. Because once the dream comes true, there's no excuse left to fail. Only expectations. Endless expectations. Here's a fact few fans talk about. Enhypen never had the luxury of being rookies. From day one, they were compared, ranked, and dissected. Their performances weren't just stages, they were survival checks. One mistake could become a headline. One rumor could shake everything they built. Behind rehearsals, some members questioned themselves in silence. Am I good enough? Or am I just replaceable?
들로만 채워진 무대는 처음이니까
이제 시작인 것 같기도 하고, 벅차오름이 너무 커가지고 되게 저는 이거를 하기 위해서 여기까지 달려왔었고.
And then came the realization that changed everything. Their biggest enemy wasn't hate comments. It was the version of themselves they were afraid to lose. Enhypen didn't bond because of friendship alone. They bonded because only they understood this pressure. 7 hearts, one truth, Surviving together hurts less than breaking alone. At some point, even stars get tired of shining. For Enhypen, the spotlight never turned off. And when the world keeps watching, you stop asking what you want. You only ask what they expect. Another rarely discussed truth. Enhypen debuted young, but they aged fast. Not in years, in responsibility. Schedules replaced sleep. Smiles replaced honesty. And exhaustion became normal. Some nights, success felt heavy. Because loving the stage didn't mean the pressure stopped hurting. It just meant they learned how to hide it better. But here's the unexpected part. What nearly broke them also shaped them. Instead of running, they leaned in. Into the pain. Into each other. Not as idols. But as 7 people choosing to stay. And maybe that's the most unique fact of all. Enhypen isn't powered by fame. They were held together by endurance.
여러분 저를 정말 행복한 사람으로 만들어주네요. 정말 사랑합니다. 진짜.
Success looks loud, but it often sounds like silence. For Enhypen, the quiet moments were the scariest. No cameras, no cheers. Just thoughts that don't sleep. And questions no one trains you to answer. Here's another truth fans rarely hear. Being loved by millions doesn't stop you from feeling alone. It sometimes makes it worse. They learn to measure life in numbers. Views, sales, rankings, and slowly, self-worth followed the same scale. When passion turns into obligation, you don't quit. You endure, but endurance has a limit. And Enhypen reached it quietly. Not with scandals. Not with breakdowns on camera. But with a decision made in silence. They stopped trying to be perfect and started choosing to be real, even if it meant being misunderstood. Because in the end, surviving fame isn't about being flawless. It's about not disappearing inside it.